To the Frankenstein monster. Frankenstein monster has been created in Seattle, Chief Seattle tribalism by Sherman, Alexie, and his cohorts. Sincerity has no value. But I don't think that he realized that he was creating a Frankenstein. I don't know that, but it doesn't seem, from what I've had contact with him concerning, that he realized when he was creating the ARC system, Green Party team spirit, that he realized he was creating Frankenstein that would engulf him. Sincerity doesn't have any value to this Frankenstein monster. I will point out, however, when I was homeless in Seattle, I had some hope at first on the streets because the Native Americans received me. Well, received me. John Williams was among them in those days. And I felt comfortable with the Hendrix statue and so forth. Now, what I know of Peter Gabriel from long personal contact with him is that he is a jester. He delights in tying up in knots someone who doesn't know what's going on. And the problems that come with this kind of convoluted power structure where law is a dirty game. I opened my dispute with Martin Nordenberg when he was Dean of Law School at the University of Pittsburgh. He seemed to be telling people not to play by the rules and be sincere and learn how to win in an ethical system. He seemed to be saying, if you have to cheat to get ahead, go ahead, that's your job. Like if you can convince the umpire to make a mistake and win, go ahead and win. I found that abhorrent to be teaching that to law schools, but it was taken as gospel decree by his maniacs in legal studies, many of whom were Zionists. One of whom would sit on the wall at lunchtime saying, I just hate Arabs. For no reason out of the clear blue sky. I don't know why, I just hate Arabs. Now, my father was a philosopher of ethics and philosophy of education at that school, drove a school bus in retirement and was murdered by this team ethicality that came to Pittsburgh from Seattle. And nobody looked into it. They expect me not to look into it. You know, they have me positioned to be identified as the stepson of a team from Hollywood who married into my family. So when you look at Shifty, he's playing the game of NAM veterans from the Catholic Church who were dedicated to military nationalism and believe that ethical absolutism can be derived from the function of a penny in the economy. And that's how it led to the murder of Shannon Harps over a penny concept line. They have a C and a Star of David as their pornographic genocide symbol. So what you're seeing from Shifty and UW Dialectical's team spirit is a class action suit by the people who released AIDS, claiming that the victims forced them to do it. Well, Shifty personally told us a story that was difficult to follow, sort of, but it was a basketball star who seemed to be a really decent person who got framed by DNA as having put his hands down a girl's pants. And at the end, even though he builds up a sympathetic picture of this man, he's seen grinning ear to ear with the judge who found against this kid. And of course, we know that Shifty's brother is very gung-ho and basketball coach. And Sherman Alexie likes basketball. So this team spirit is about just winning in the hoops. You know, they get into it, go, toe, and all that other garbage they're into. So I was trying to raise awareness that there was an underground culture that had put together a war game and released AIDS, and now it's way out in the open. The victims are jumping on board with Teen Spirit. Oh, Bowie told us to do it. Matt told us to burn our arms gangrenously. Peter Gabriel wants you to die. He got used to call bullshit on you for Lou Reed. I'm calling you. It's Hoop's Team Spirit, and it's sickening and revolting that they would subject somebody to terrorism from cover to cover of their life the way that they have. But yes, I'm denouncing them. I sought to deter them by going to Judge Crystal and asking for a mandamus order. But Bob Ferguson, he loves his game of chicken. Well, what they have in mind is the idea of using hair to say that people who opposed the Vietnam War were sexual degenerates and immoral. And they use sincerity operatically to give the humanity of the crying fly trapped in the Venus flytrap. Oh! And that's their psychology. They're derivatives of the fascist mindset that has engulfed us, that sees all of us as things that exist for its entertainment. People like Peter Sinfield and Greg Carl. Smiles at the puppets dance. The persona is going to perform for us, that sort of stuff.